Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Ring Rant. Welcome to the Ring Rant. Where the gloves come off and the opinions swing. This is your live boxing breakdown where every take gets tested in the ring. I'm your host, Kyle Deadshot Bowie. And this morning, you tell us if it's cap or if it's dap. That's right. You throw a cap emoji in the chat if it's nonsense, or you hit us with that handshake emoji if you're vibing with your take. And yo, don't just spectate. Hit the link to join the show live on the Punchline. Your take might just earn you a Punchline contender spot on your way to becoming the Punchline champ. But before we start cooking, let's run my tale of the tape. My name is Deadshot. I hail from Columbus, Ohio. My boxing stance is orthodox. My fight style preference is boxer puncher. My GOAT is Floyd Mayweather. My current favorite fighter is Bud Crawford. My most underrated fighter right now is Anthony Kakachi. My most overrated boxer, Tank Davis. Favorite fight of all time is the Rumble in the Jungle, Ali versus Foreman. Dream matchup, any era, any fighter, Ali versus Usyk. And my pound for pound number one right now is Usyk. All right, let's get to the topic. This morning's main topic is Haney versus Norman Jr. Excuse me. Is the fight real? Cap or dap? In the past month, we have heard Devin Haney's name associated with every big name in the sport. It is no mystery that Bill Haney, his manager slash trainer slash father, has been on the hunt for the big fight that will put his son back on top. The question is, how much of this has been a press tour and how much of this has been genuine matchmaking and negotiation? Now, both Bill Haney and Brian Norman Sr. have made their rounds on YouTube, and it seems that a fight between Devin and Norman Jr. is in negotiations. Will this fight truly materialize, or are we simply being subjected to the grind of the politics of boxing? We're going to find out. So let's break it down. This is how the show runs. We play a little game here called Cap or Dap. Every clip, every hot take, every moment, you decide if it's trash. You throw a cap emoji. If you rock with it, you drop that handshake emoji. And don't forget, if you want to jump on a live, hit the link to join the Punchline when it opens up. The best caller or comment will be getting crowned the Punchline contender and could be one step closer to that Punchline strap. So we get a lot of replay views around here. So if you're watching this on replay, don't forget to comment as well on the replay video, which will be going up on YouTube shortly after the live is completed. Let's get to it. Let's get straight to it. Let's get to our clips. It's time to dive into the undercard. This is where we react to the wildest, weirdest, and most fire clips in the boxing world right now. Yet again, our topic is Haney versus Norman Jr. Is the fight real? And we're going to decide today if it's cap or it's dap. Let's go ahead and get to the first clips that we want to run through. And it's going to be a recap of basically what's been going on the Boxing Voice, on the Hangout spot. Some of my favorite communities that I would encourage you to join to definitely stay up on what's going on in the boxing world. These are great communities to be a part of, communities I love being a part of. So definitely check these out. They are definitely getting the Team Slime cosign for sure. For sure. Let's set this up real quick. Just getting these clips loaded up. Bear with me real quick. I appreciate you guys. All right. I got the first clip loaded up. And Let's go ahead and go over what's going on. What is going on? Uh, I'll go with that layout. I like that a lot better.
Welcome to the program.
What's up, boss? What's going on?
We're gonna let y'all go ahead and we're gonna let y'all go ahead and negotiate. We're gonna fall back.
Uh, right now it ain't really. I was asking earlier today to see would he be interested in that next, but right now we can't negotiate shit. We got business to take care of. About 2 days.
Man, shout out to you and your son, man. Happy Father's Day to you. Listen, I know that I don't have nothing but respect. That's why I put him on
Same.
the motherfucking list. You dig what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You know, me and you done talked about this shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
these lames and these whores that
yeah.
think that they can cause some bullshit, man.
So I'm going to give you just a brief overview of exactly what's going on here. So Ness, my guy right here in the top left corner, he's the host of the show. These are other panelists on the show. In the bottom left corner, we have Bill Haney, and in the bottom right corner, we have Bill Norman Sr. Bill Norman Sr. Brian Norman Sr. And Ness has invited both of them on the Boxing Voice because there's been chatter. Bill Haney has made a list and he's called out all of these fighters, and on the list was Brian Norman Sr. Brian Norman Sr. Brian Norman Jr. Goodness gracious, it's early in the morning. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. So on the list is Brian Norman Jr. And so Brian Norman at this point is getting ready to fight Jin Sasaki in a couple days, but in response to his son's name being on the list, Bill and Brian Norman Sr. have decided to come on the Boxing Voice and hash it out. So here we go. Let's get back to it.
Man, nigga, you know what I'm saying? We
You're
ain't,
right.
you know, we ain't new to this shit. You listen, you done already been around this shit, so you're gonna make sure that he get his payday, and I'm gonna make sure that mine get it. We already talked about. Have we talked about this shit already?
Yeah, we did. We
And I just want to point out real quick, my guy in the top right corner, Johnny from the Hangout Spot, he is in pure, like he's just over there like, man, I can't believe this is going on right now. I can't believe both these guys are on talking their stuff, and he's just listening to Bill going, and he got the man for real face, the man for real face. All right, here we go.
did. Yeah,
Okay, okay, all right.
yeah.
Well, good
But
luck.
that's what
Good
I was
luck.
asking. I was
Good luck
asking
in a couple
earlier.
days,
Listen, I was
huh?
asking earlier. That's what I was trying to ask earlier because, like I said, we got business to take care of. I ain't even want to get on discussing this right now, but we had business earlier. I mean, we got business to take care of, but I was asking earlier which y'all would be interested in that fight next because I know we was on the list. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I was
Yeah.
coming the first time. But listen, hear me out though, Bill. So I fell asleep because it's
Huh?
10:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning.
27 in
All right,
Japan.
so check it out. So I fell asleep on your end. I fell asleep listening. So
Uh-huh.
I ain't really hear everything. But then when I
Yes,
woke
sir.
up, man, I woke up the shit about Devin, talking about my son ads. I'm like, damn, bro, what the fuck all that come from? What's that about?
Well, you know, listen.
So quick clarification. Quick clarification. He talking about Devin, talking about my son. And I'm like, man, he made it sound strange. Like that was just crazy. Like that was.
Brother, what's that?
What we got going on? What we got going on? Like that was wild. That was wild work. That was definitely wild work. So uh yeah, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. I actually like this view a lot better. But let's get back to it.
Now, let me tell you this. You a fighter, and I've listen, watch this. I've watched you and Greg Hackett go at it, and then after, I done seen y'all, you know what I mean, pound it out and become the best. So let them do that. Let them do that. We can't take that away from them. You know what I'm saying? Their job is to be fighters and to stay wound up and stay tight about it. And our job is to stay connected and not have no excuse for it not to happen.
Yeah, ain't no love. Hey, well, listen, I want to come on, just give a shout out. Ness was reaching out. I didn't know you was back on. Like I said, it's been a long day for me because to me it was it's been going on since yesterday, pretty much. And because we 13 hours ahead,
Man,
so I don't
listen,
fell asleep.
thank you for coming. Thank you.
Yeah,
Listen, King, no. Handle your business. Thank you and excuse my dear friend Ness and his bullshit, getting in the way. I know what 48 hours before going to get that money. Go get that money.
So that's what he's commenting to right now is the Normans are 48 hours. Remember, I'm taking you all the way. I'm taking you all the way through all of the interactions. You know what I'm saying, so that we can get a true picture of, are they really trying to fight this fight, or is this just a press tour? Is this just publicity? Is this just you know them keeping their sons' names relevant on YouTube? Like what is really going on? That's what we're really trying to figure out. Is this fight cap, or is this fight something that we can get down with it? Do we owe these brothers some dap? Here we go.
King, and then we gonna holler after, okay? And don't even
absolutely,
worry about that. I told you then. Listen,
absolutely.
I told you then when everybody was saying that they wouldn't fight you, and I told you, I said when the time came and we can do it, I'm not going to freeze you out and not provide no payday. Didn't I tell you that?
That's a bet. Yeah. All right. Well, shit.
Yeah,
Let's
didn't I
make
say
let's
that?
make
I
it
said that. I said that. I
let's
said
make
that.
it happen, man. Let's make it happen. We got to go take care of this
Listen,
business.
listen. When I told you, I said, listen, it's going to be probably where I have a choice. My son has a choice to give you a payday and make it happen, and I'm not gonna freeze you out.
So here we go. Bill Haney already running narratives. Like, Bill, you running these narratives. Like, it's crazy work. Like, that's going on right now. Like, Bill, what are we doing? You know what I mean? And that's what makes me hesitant to just say, you know what? Yeah, this is the real deal, Holyfield. Yeah, this is what's going on. These guys. I mean, I have no issue saying that I believe that the two fighters probably want to fight each other. The two fighters want to make it happen. The two fighters want to get a payday. But this is where the politics of boxing comes in with the, because Bill's trying to make it like his son is the obvious A side. Bill, how we get the resume that Devin is coming in with, that Devin's been undisputed, that we get the resume. But the fact remains, he's going to a new weight class. When you go into a new weight class, I mean, your accomplishments in prior weight classes matter. That's what that matters to your name. That matters to building the fights. That it matters. I'm not going to say that it doesn't matter, but you're going to a new weight class where someone else who you're calling out is already accomplished in that weight class, and we know what they can do in that weight class. You the new kid on the block. You the new kid at the playground. So is you the A side in this situation? Norman Jr. is a champion. This is not just you walking down any regular old welterweight. Norman Jr. is a champion, and at this point, when this live was done, Norman Jr. is a champion that is on his way to defend his belt in Japan against Jin Sasaki. So, and we're gonna see how that turned out too. We're gonna see how that turned out, because that I believe that's what stirred the pot. I believe honestly at this point the fight was capped, and that Brian Norman was going to fight Jin Sasaki, and that Bill was making a strategic move to insert himself into the situation and seeing an opportunity. But I don't know if at this point right here that I'm showing you, that either party truly believed that a fight was really going to happen. Not now, not this quickly, because this is the thing. At this point, What if Brian Norman goes out there and loses to Jin Sasaki? You still trying to give him the fight, Devin? No. Let's do it. Cap. If Bill Haney was to tell me right now that Brian Norman Jr. goes out there to Japan and gets knocked out by Jin Sasaki, that, oh, we still trying to make that fight happen and we still trying to give him a payday. But let's get back to the clip.
Didn't I say that?
I don't like how that sound though, but I hear you.
You being froze out. Wait, King, wait. You're being froze out. You got on here and I told you.
How are they being froze? I mean, I can see, because Bill knows that the Boots fight at this point is not going to happen. But you saying they being froze out? Obviously, Top Rank is going to get in money fights for him. He's traveling to Japan, a whole new audience. He's getting paid the highest purse he's ever been paid. So what are we talking about, Bill?
Before I said, whether it be Boots, whether it be whoever, you're not getting that breakout fight. The breakout fight is going to happen from somebody wanting to see you and giving you an opportunity. Right or wrong? Did I say that?
Yeah, nah, you're right. But I want to say this while I'm on here real quick. I mean, it's just, just not saying nothing about it. I just want to put it's not about you at all. I just want to put some stuff in the airways while I'm on this show because I haven't had a chance to get my words out at all. Again, Bill, just stand down on this. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Just put me, one second. All right, so I just wanted to get this out while I'm on here and just tell the public it's just mighty odd that I had a guy named Eddie Hearn reaching out in May, 6 weeks before a fight we had, saying something about a fight in June, July, October, November, December. And then all of a sudden, 5 days before my son fights, there's something about one of his guys moving up to 54. So therefore, we can't make the fight in October, November, December. I'm confused about what's going on.
You see, I appreciate Brian Norman Sr. for addressing the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is the Haneys was not on the Normans' radar. Yes, Bill Haney comes out with his list, and this is who we want to fight, and Brian Norman Jr. is on the list. But the fight that the Normans were looking at making was the fight with Boots. That's what the Normans were looking at making because, yet again, the politics of boxing. Eddie Hearn jumps out there as soon as they schedule the Jin Sasaki fight and announce it. Eddie Hearn jumps out there and says, "Oh, well, I thought you guys were supposed to be fighting Boots, and we sent offers," and immediately, tries to come with a scenario where it looks like Brian Norman Jr. is ducking Boots, when in all reality, Norman Sr. has explained this on several lives. We're not ducking Boots, but we're trying to get paid. And that's a legacy fight. That's a big fight for us. We want to come to the table with all the ammunition, to the negotiation table, to be able to get paid what this fight is worth. And right now, y'all trying to lowball us. So we're going to go get this money in Japan. We're going to go defend this belt. We're going to go defend it in spectacular fashion. And then we're going to come back to the table having been paid a higher purse and be worth more. These are the politics of boxing, man. But now, what he's speaking to, now that fight seems to have fell apart. And whoa, fights fall apart? That's why I don't believe nothing until a fight is signed, until we got press conferences, until there's money being spent, and we going on and we're actually promoting a fight, and we actually have dates and venue and ring size and all of these things. I don't believe it. Supposed to sign, about to sign, in negotiations. If the contract ain't signed and it ain't set in stone, and money ain't on the table, I don't believe it. You know what they say. Money on the wood make the game go good. Money out of sight cause a fight. We want to see a fight, but we don't want to see that kind of fight. Because that's the facts. If the contract not signed, ain't no fight, man.
I'm not making no accusations. I just want to put that out there. People saying they want undisputed. People saying they don't want to fight nothing but unifications. They ducking some people named T.O. because they don't want nothing but unifications. They ducking some people named Virgil because they don't want nothing but unifications. Then when they get shots at unifications, they don't want unifications. Now they talking about moving up, fighting a Yoella Tellis that ain't got a title. They talking about moving up, fighting who's the other guy they say? one more. I can't remember who it was. But last I checked, and then calling out Bud, last I checked, Bud was a world champion since 2014. Each individual weight class that Bud moved up, he fought for a title. You can go back and check any fight that Bud had since Ricky Burns, since he had the title. Every weight class he moved up through, all 4 weight classes, including Canelo, the 5th weight class, it was for a title. So I don't know what kind of legacy people are building around here, whatever. That's what we're doing. When you move up from one weight class to another and you got a strap, you go straight to the man with the strap. We ain't no tune-ups. I don't know nothing about that. I just wanted to put that.
Man, Brian Norman Sr. talking his talk. He talking that talk. So basically, he's saying, Boots, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? You running from, you talked all this unification, you talked all this, and you running from the unification to go fight a tune-up at 54 and get acclimated at 54, and basically, you know what I'm saying? He's saying, Boots, if you that guy, if you truly that guy, Boots, go up there and fight somebody with a belt.
That's nasty.
It's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. One more time.
That's nasty.
It's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. But like I said, I applaud Norman Sr. for calling Boots out on his BS, because they've definitely tried to make it seem like, we offered the money. They didn't want to take the money for the fight. You ain't getting paid nothing anyway. And we offered the money. We offered the fight. And basically, they made it seem like he was ducking the fight. They made it seem like Brian Norman Jr. was ducking the fight. And we see it now. Maybe that's not the case. It's the politics of boxing, man.
Out there, you know what I'm saying? But it's just funny how the boxing world is, and how they get confused, and some people get passes and some people don't get passes, and they be surrendering asses. That's all I got to say, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. All right.
He talking that talk. He talking that talk. He for sure. He talking that talk, and he's not wrong. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part about it. The crazy part about it is he's not wrong. You know what I mean? He's not wrong at all. So, what is there to excuse me real quick, I had to check this. But what is there really more to say? The rumor is that Boots is moving up. He's not moving up for a title fight. He's moving up, to 54, and he's looking for a fight to get acclimated at 54. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on right now. So here we go. On to the next clip. We got another clip real quick. That was their first encounter that before, remember, this is 2 days before the Sasaki fight. That was their first encounter. So let's see what happens in the Sasaki fight real quick. Oh, goodness gracious. Mercy me, mercy me. Let's see what happens in this Sasaki fight. So, pulling up this next clip. Like I said, this encounter happens on the Boxing Voice 2 days before the Sasaki fight. Then the Sasaki fight happens. And remember, this is all happening in a matter of a couple of days, of pretty much the last week. This is all, I'm recapping everything that's happened up until this point in the last week that gets us to this point of, is Devin Haney truly fighting Brian Norman Jr.? All right, here we go.
Man, that's doo-doo ball. That's doo-doo ball. Oh, shit! Oh, my God! You don't have to hit him with a... Oh, God! Society, is he okay? He bowed to everybody. Brian, what is wrong with you? Brian, he's not okay. Why are you bowing to everybody? Get the ambulance. Somebody. Brian, you done took Juneteenth way too damn far. Brian Norman Bates, Jr., brother, he went to the body doodle ball and came up with a Joe Frazier special.
Only on the Zone, June 28th. Jake Paul.
So the comparisons for this knockout, I'm about to show you the knockout, but the comparisons for the knockout and the performance that Brian Norman Jr. had out there in Japan was basically they're comparing him to George Foreman. Why? I don't know. George Foreman never fought at welterweight, but I get it though. Power puncher. I don't get it. No, I tried to get it. I don't get it. I don't get the. I mean, other than like because Brian Norman Jr. can actually box, like literally, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like,
who sent you, nigga?
And they coming with these narratives. I don't get that one. That's cap. That right there, you know what I'm saying? And let's go ahead and drop. Let's go ahead and drop for the first time this morning. Cap or dat. Brian Norman Jr. fights like Brian Norman Jr. I'm struggling to even get it out. Brian Norman Jr. fights like no. I don't even know. Matter of fact, I want to show you the clip first. And let's run it back. Let's run it back real quick. Let's just run back the reaction real quick.
You done took Juneteenth way too damn far. Brian Norman Bates Jr. Brother, he went to the body doodle ball and came up with a Joe Frazier special.
Only on the.
So he's calling it a Joe Frazier special. So he's basically when Joe Frazier fought George Foreman, and he's saying that Norman Jr. is George Foreman. Come on, cap or dap. Let's see the knockout first. Let's see the actual knockout first, so that you guys got some context. We're all about context here at the Ring Rant. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to educate all of our slimes to being educated pugilists. You know what I'm saying? We're not fans. We're not hardcore fans. We're not casual fans here. What we're trying to become is educated pugilists. That's what we're trying to become. Real live students of the game, man. Excuse me. Real life students of the game. That's what we're trying to become. So here we go. Here we go now. So here's the actual knockout. Here we go.
Love it, calling it for you. Good body shot by Norman.
Woo!
Oh, he's out cold. Out cold.
That ain't George
Foreman,
bro.
By Brian Norman that's Jr. a showstopper.
Now that's a wild knockout. We're gonna run it back one more time.
Love it, calling it for you.
Goes to the body.
Good body shot.
Back down to the body. Boom. That's how he set the shot up.
Oh, he's out cold.
Like Brian Norman Jr. is a boxer puncher, and that's gonna matter a little bit later with some other things that we're gonna have to talk about, some other lives that we're gonna definitely have. But Brian Norman Jr. is a boxer puncher. Like that's what's going on. Oh shoot, I got an alarm going off real quick. Give me a second. And we're back. I apologize. And we're back. But yeah, Brian Norman is a boxer puncher. Like, George Foreman was literally in the first half of his career was literally just a puncher. That's it. That's all. He was a big puncher. And so that's the comparison that we're making. Let's run it back one more time. Because I ain't gonna lie, this is definitely a candidate for knockout of the year. To this point, I haven't seen anybody of this profile. This is in a championship fight. This is on foreign soil. This is in Japan, in front of Jin Sasaki's fans and crowd. He's got all of the advantages except for obviously in the skill and the power side. But he's got all of the advantages as far as the intangibles. You know, over in Japan, we're Japanese time. You know, I think Brian Norman them only flew over there like a week out from the fight. So you got all that going for you. But
Love it. Calling it for
goes
you.
to the body with the right hand,
Body shot.
comes back with a jab to the body, and comes back up top.
Oh, he's out cold. Out cold.
That knockout wasn't just a hard punch. There was a lot of setup that went to that knockout, and the setup was going to that body. The setup was going to that body like he was picking those punches like crazy. So cap or dap? Cap or dap? Brian Norman Jr. fights like George Foreman. That was George Foreman Frazier. Like, bruh. You capping.
Brother, what's that?
Like, we don't need the cap. We don't need the cap. And that comes back down to boxing politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, is everybody out here running a narrative? Because I'm not running no narrative. I'm not a fan of none of these fighters. I'm a pugilist. I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a historian of the sport. I'm not a fan of none of these fighters, but it seems like, you know what I'm saying, everybody running an angle.
Who sent you, nigga?
Which is crazy because, you know, I'm sorry, I was drawing a blank, but Bill Haney is the one who actually called out Showbiz, the adult. I'm not a war room member. I pop in there from time to time. I check them out, but that's not a community that I really, you know what I'm saying, I can't. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That's not a community that I can sit here and co-sign like I can the Boxing Voice, like I can the Hangout Spot, like I can Marco Boxing, like I can BF, my guy BF, Best Fight the Best, BFTB. Those are communities that I'm a part of and that I can really co-sign for. The War Room, you know what I'm saying? All shouts out to that brother, Showbiz, the adult, what he's doing over there, but I'll be feeling like it's a lot of narrative being run. And then you come to us and you tell us like, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no narrative. Ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing what's in the best interest of the zone, which who the fuck don't do what's in the best interest of their employer? But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying?
Who sent you, nigga?
George Foreman. I mean, maybe he really believes it. But let's finish out the clip real quick.
Left hand by
Brian Norman
showstopper. No,
is bowing to the crowd because it's over. He iced him.
the doctor.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I call him, the assassin.
From Brian Norman
And that's the thing. The assassin, that goes back to the George Foreman reference. Like, you never call George Foreman an assassin. Now, a stone cold killer. Or, you know what I mean? Like, or, you know what I mean? Like, he was feared for his power and the fact that he was bigger than everybody else in the division. But he wasn't a boxer puncher. He wasn't much of a boxer for real. Like, he was a puncher with wild power, with extremely slow, hard punches, and that was his claim to fame. But let's move on. Let's get to these next clips real quick. Let's get this next clip loaded up. And we've got a couple things to go through with this clip. This is going to be one of the more recent clips coming from the Boxing Voice, coming from just the other day, literally.
Gives you the
day. So, real quick, let me get it, because this is a long, like, 4-hour live, so there's only a couple spots that we really need to hit. Let me get my timestamps up here so that we go into the proper spots. Let's see here, 106. And for the next reaction videos, I might just drop the timestamps on you guys so that you guys can go back and like I said, these are communities that I'm a part of, and communities that I support, and communities that I would encourage you to be a part of. Here, the Boxing Voice, the Hangout Spot. My guy Ryan from up north. That's another community I pop in there from time to time. Not as much as the Boxing Voice and the Hangout Spot, but I support Ryan. He supports a lot of the things I do, and we have a lot of dialogue back and forth. Ryan's my guy. But here we go. Let's get it up on the screen. Let's get it up on the screen so we can.
As soon as he's done.
What
What
up,
up,
man?
Bill Haney? Bill Haney.
Oh,
Bill
shit, wait,
Haney.
right
Hey.
What up, Bill?
What's going on?
The pure excitement of, and this is the crazy part. So they call the Boxing Voice the Haney voice, because you know there's a narrative out there that my guy Ness is, you know, he's part of the publicist team for the Haneys, and I mean, and he makes no qualms about it. He definitely keeps it funky. Like he's definitely a Devin Haney supporter, and he's definitely, you know, he chooses his sides. He makes reference to that several times, even in this live, where you know he falls out of favor with some boxer for some of the takes that he comes up with, and for some of the sides that he chooses during some of these fights. But I mean, hey, you choose your side of the street, you choose your side of the street. Apparently the Haneys is the side of the street. I ain't mad at you, Ness.
Shout out to the Boxing Voice, the voice of the people, and the voice of the streets when you in it like I am. You dig? Yeah, 50-0 in the streets. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we're looking for that man with that big, bad left hook from hell. He threw that motherfucker, and guess what? Lights out. The boy hit the boy, and the boy don't.
So Bill giving Brian Norman Jr. props for, you know, the knockout, props for what he just went over there and did. Now, we watched prior to 2 days, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I know how it is 48 hours from a fight. I'll go handle business, and then we going to talk. So Bill is making true on his word, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like it was a little opportunistic, because if Brian Norman Jr. does not go over there and do it, because Brian Norman Jr. is the hottest thing in boxing right now. Brian Norman Jr. is the hottest thing in boxing right now with that highlight reel knockout. Bill hitched his wagon, you know, early. And so now he's enjoying the fruits of his labor as far as positioning and the politics of boxing. That I ain't gonna lie, Bill Haney out here playing chess.
Don't remember the press conference, the fight, the weigh-in, the weight cut. The boy don't remember nothing. And I seen it at 8 in the morning. And I'm telling you, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you're going to get up for it at any given time. I got up for it, man, and it was impressive. I told Dev, and I showed him. And Dev said, I want to fight him next. I said, Dev, him next? No different than when we beat George Kambosos, and we're on the plane flying home for the second motherfucking time. And I'm saying, Dev, we can drop the belts and we can go up. He said, no, I want to fight Lomachenko. I want to fight him. They say that we ain't going to fight him. They say we ain't want to. So that's the thing.
Yet again, watch the master at work. Bill Haney is a master. Watch the master at work. He is literally positioning, like trying to position his son into a position of power. Like Devin ain't coming off of a less than great and stellar performance. Like his performance, you know, they come talk about the no running rule. Showbiz the adult again, but you know, you You ain't running no propaganda. It ain't no propaganda machine over there. Okay.
About dead where you get him at. You know what I'm saying? And then I have to bring him back to whether or not the fight makes sense, his legacy, his stuff involved, and being a 3-division champ against a killer like Brian Norman, that screams legacy movement. You know what I mean? And we don't think that one fighter or any fighter is the end all to be all to get there. You think that it's a career that's filled with trying to bring the fights that the people want to see.
You don't think one fighter is the end all be all to get you there, and we definitely believe you there. We know that ain't cap. We know that ain't cap, Bill, because you didn't scream anybody's name that was making any type of noise at all. T.O. is going through it with the racist stuff. We want to fight T.O. Boots is looking for a fight, and the fight with Norman Jr. falls through. We want to fight Boots. Haney's the hottest thing on the market right now. Haney, I'm sorry. I'm sure Ness would love that. I'm sure Bill would love that slipped out. But Brian Norman Jr. is the hottest thing on the market right now. We want to fight Brian Norman Jr. Come on, man.
The fights that, and also in this time and age, it's transparency. Because some guys on the Mount Rushmore right now, people don't remember them. And if they're not guys and historians like Ness and me and all that to keep it lit, and fighters like Devin.
Whoa. We got a little ad. We got a little ad that popped in there. Let me let this ad pass real quick. But yeah, I mean, Bill is doing his thing. I gotta give Bill his props. Bill is doing his thing, but at the end of the day, it's real opportunistic, Bill. I mean, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. Let me start by saying that he's doing what he's supposed to do. So here we go.
Basically join their company on the Mount Rushmore mountain and not hog it up for themselves based on popularity. So it's twofold. You know what I mean? To why we're looking for Brian Norman. Debo got his eyes on him. Yes.
Bill, I gotta ask though, man. Like serious answer here. Why would you want your son to face such a devastating left hook puncher when?
That is my question. That's my number one question. You struggled against Ryan Garcia, albeit we understand. Osterring, we understand. He cheated. We understand. Ryan did not look great in a fight that we knew he was clean in fighting Rolly. We understand. But, man, Osterring only does so much. I'm just going to keep it funky with you. Like, yeah, that may have made Osterring don't make your skills no better. It makes the physical part of the game, but we all know that this game is 80% mental. And maybe that's all it took was for, Ryan to walk in there confidently knowing that he had a little extra juice in his system and that made him go to that next level. But skills pay the bills at the end of the day. I'm not giving no excuse, but I've stayed firm on my stance that skills paid the bills. Yes, the Osterring played a part in that loss. Yes, it did. Yes, he cheated, and I just feel like that marred any realistic, we just can't even point to that fight. But it's not like we didn't see it happen. And then the follow-up performance for Devin is, one where he boxes masterfully. I am not one that says you have to fight in this style. You have to fight in this rock'em sock'em robot. You got to run down on. Just get the job done. I'm from the school of just get the job done, and that's what Devin went out there and did. He got the job done. But the fact remains that in a court of public opinion, they saying you running, you scared, that you look that. And my thing was, he fought safe. I believe in that performance, he fought safe, trying not to lose the bag knowing that he had the Ryan Garcia rematch on the table. And if Ryan Garcia takes care of business, none of these fights are what we're looking for. And that's the thing. Devin Haney's looking for a fight that gets him back into positive public perception. That's why they out here campaigning and going as hard as they do, because they know that right now the public perception of Devin Haney is low. Right now, his name in the streets is trash. But let's get into it.
And the public thinks he's vulnerable to that left hook.
Yes, I was just serious. And let me start bullshitting and ask you, how much weight have you walked off, Ness? I mean, you look like you just disappearing.
I know. I got to get in the gym.
I
I'm getting too thin.
Yeah,
I got to get in the gym,
Ness,
man.
Yeah, Ness. It looks like you walk into a sideways now, like this. Like this.
Oh, man.
Bill, you tweaking. That's just a big shirt. But we're going to skip ahead a little bit because they getting into a little bit of banter. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. I got my timestamps here. I know exactly where I need to go. Oh, we got us another ad. But yeah, you know, we got to really look at this for what it is. Bill is positioning himself, but they've screamed so many names to this point that you got to really question. And then facing a puncher, because you haven't fought at welterweight yet. You fought at 143. And that's welterweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the boxing chats and I'm dealing with these guys. That's welterweight. 140, 143, 147. It's all no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You fought at a catchweight, getting yourself warmed up to welterweight, which goes back to what, Brian Norman Sr. was saying. Even though he wasn't addressing that to Bill, he was putting it out there on the airways. If you that guy, if you truly that guy, why is we fighting tune-ups? And that's what Ramirez was. It was another guy that was coming up from 140. You brought him up to 143. You fought at a catchweight. Ramirez was a puncher of sorts, more of a pressure fighter than just this huge puncher. And, you boxed him. So how are you going to deal with and win against a puncher that's punching like we just saw Brian Norman Jr. punching? But let's get back into it.
Jerron date with Bacoli on the undercard? Come on, Bill. Give me something.
Listen, I don't know about none of that.
Oh, wow.
Bill can't give us everything now.
All right, Bill. What up?
And just like that, you ask and I shall appear.
Listen, absolutely.
Just call my name and I shall appear.
Okay.
What's up, Bill?
Call you the junior me.
Brian Norman Sr. feeling good. Because he know the ball is in Bill and them court. Like, we did what we were supposed to do. We is the hot thing on the market right now, man.
But let's get down to it. What's going on? I told you yesterday that it was.
I'm not discussing none of that. You full of shit, Bill. You know you full of shit. I know you full of shit. I don't know if you know how I know you full of shit, but I know you full of shit. But
you got mail. I told you that yesterday.
No, I don't. We good. I don't have nothing to say, dog. I can't really say much right now.
Liberty to talk, Bill. He can't talk.
So when I was watching this live, up to this point, I'm like, man, this is all cap. This is all for show. This is all nothing. But let's see what they get on here and what they actually say and what goes on. Now, when Brian Norman Sr. started talking this, I can't really talk. That's when I knew, okay, they're at least in negotiations. They're at least having real talks. Like they're definitely in negotiations. All right, let's go.
He's not the manager no more.
Okay, listen, you just got fired. That's what you did, Queen. Hey, Queen, how you
I
doing?
guess got
I
fired.
would sweat you, but I'm sweaty. Oh yeah. Thank you. Hey, listen. Yeah, you get. Listen, you get off of here using sign language. Nobody understand that shit. This is the boxing voice. You got to get on here and talk. You done got on here. Bill, you full
You
of
know
shit.
what, Bill? Hey, Bill, in due time, bro, I have nothing to say. I came on here because you called my name. You told me
Oh,
to
okay.
step out the door. Listen, you told me to step out the door, and everybody know I walk right into the fire where the smoke at, and I'm like, I extinguished that shit because we are the smoke. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm right here with it. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I know how business work. You know how business works. So
Okay. Did Devin come looking for y'all?
no,
Running narratives. We running narratives. Shots fired. We running narratives. Bill playing chess, man.
no,
Oh,
he did
Brian.
not.
Oh, if an offer got sent, that mean he came looking.
Devin did not
Ness. Just why they call it the Haney boys. You taking sides, Ness.
come looking for us. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What
Maybe I
happened?
can talk about it later. Devin didn't come looking for us. No.
Come on.
What are
Say
you
what you
talking
want to say,
about?
Ned.
Listen,
I
wait,
said maybe I say something later.
Hold on, King. Hold on, King. You knew about us looking for you. I gave you the list before you heard it from anybody else.
I got you. Yeah, okay. Devin came looking for us.
Okay.
Okay, King. All right, that's all. Cause y'all but listen, because y'all bad
Bill. That list is long as all get out. Bill.
motherfuckers, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all hell of a father and son team. Nigga, you
Appreciate it.
knock
You
niggas shit.
too.
You listen. Y'all knock shit down and y'all stand over it, man, like this. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. That Atlanta style shit. You dig? Yeah, so yeah, hell.
And back to the George Foreman comparison, because this just popped into my head with Bill saying that, what I'm saying, y'all. And if anything, that knockout was more reminiscent of an Ali knockout than a George Foreman knockout. Let's be real.
Hey, I appreciate you noticing. I appreciate you noticing
Yeah,
that.
you goddamn right. I mean, I had to
Yeah,
get up at motherfucking dark 30 in the morning to watch, but I got up now. I'm a
okay.
hardcore. And I listen. And listen. And I know y'all packed the shit out of that 3,000 seater.
Oh my goodness. With the ads. But yeah, if anything, that knockout was more reminiscent of an Ali knockout than George Foreman. Like that George Foreman comparison was cat. That George Foreman comparison was trash, for real. But we back to it. We right back to it. Here we go. Come on, Bill. You know the money got to be right. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So that right there,
Brother, what's that?
come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Talk about it. Talk about it. Because I was the only person sitting there screaming, he's not the promoter. Yeah, we know about DHP. We know about that he's the manager. Yeah, we understand. But y'all not the money. Turkey Al Sheikh is the money. Brian Norman Jr. is promoted by Top Rank. Neither one of y'all are at the table with these actual negotiations going on. I mean, Bill's at the table as a manager because Brian Norman Sr. is only a trainer. So Bill's at the table as a manager, as the management. They always put DHP on the card because they do co-promote, but you're not the financier. You're not putting the money up. And without the money, ain't no fight. It's prize fighting. Ain't no prize, ain't no fight. And to be honest, Brian Norman Jr. is the one with the prize. He's the one at welterweight that is actually got the strap. You come into welterweight, like I said, you the new kid on the block, man. Let's get through this. Let's get through this. So wait a minute. Let's keep it real. Remember this, y'all. Remember this, y'all. Is Brian Norman Sr. capping? Y'all ain't make no offers. Is Brian Norman Sr. capping? Because later on, some things are going to be revealed, and that would lead me to believe, now that I'm running this back, Brian Norman Sr. wasn't capping. Y'all didn't make no offers. An offer is being made to both parties, and it's on both parties if they want to meet in the middle. But because you're not the promoter, Bill, you are not the promoter, Bill. You are not the man with the money. Now, if you were the A side and the man with the money and you had to, then you would be making an offer. So an offer is being made to both parties, and it's on both parties to agree. Bill playing politics and Bill playing chess right now. These ads is driving me crazy. These ads is literally driving. Oh, shoot. I didn't unmute. Oh, my goodness. I did not unmute, and I just seen that. Oh, my goodness. Y'all just didn't hear none of what was just going on, man. Y'all didn't just hear none of what was going on. So let me run this back. Let me jog this back just a little bit. Let me jog this back just a little bit, just so y'all can get some context and have some understanding of what I was talking about.
I'm gonna tell you what I appreciate. I'm gonna tell you what I appreciate. Listen, you didn't make no offers. That's first of all. But if you accepted a offer that was made to you, I appreciate that.
And that's what I was trying to get to. Brian Norman Sr. is not capping. He understands that Bill Haney is playing semantics and trying to make it seem like he big dog and that he bringing the offers, that he doing this, that he doing that. At the end of the day, like I keep saying, Bill Haney, you're not bringing the money to the table. Offers are being made to both sides. But here we go.
Okay.
You didn't make no offers though, but I'm gonna tell you that.
Hold on. How you gonna say he ain't make no offer? They're not about to send an offer to fight you without getting the clearance from the Haneys.
He talking about getting the clearance from the Haneys. Like, bro, it's an offer being sent on both sides. Come on, Ness. Come on, Ness, with the Haney voice. Come on, Ness.
Listen,
Turkey
Okay.
ain't gonna
I'm
send an
telling you.
offer to you.
I'm not finna be on here and talk all that. You got it, Ness. You got it.
All right.
Whatever you want to say, whatever you say.
Oh
Well, let me tell
man.
you.
Turkey offer.
Let me tell you. Listen. Well, let me
Ryan know what's going on. Turkey offered.
tell you, if Turkey has a problem with it, you know, I got it in ones. That means $1 bill.
What do you mean if Turkey got a problem with it? I thought you sent in the offers. I thought you the one making the offers around here. I thought you the one making the moves. Come on, Bill. Don't backtrack like that.
Bills for him because you know I ain't spent my third grade lunch money. So you know what I mean. Hey man, if whatever we got to do. I mean, I'm backed up by the Golden Gate.
I got you, dog. I got you.
All right,
I
man.
got you.
All right, man. God bless you, man. I look forward to it, man. Can you tell the people in the boxing boys something? Because they gonna keep harassing me like I didn't tell them nothing. Can you tell them something so they don't got to ask me no questions?
What's up?
No, I'm saying tell them. Don't tell me. Ask. Now I know I got your number. Tell them. They listening.
Yeah, we
What you want me to
listen.
tell?
We want you to give us some sort
Oh,
of calm down, people.
I
What
don't
y'all
have anything.
want?
I'm not
What
even
y'all
supposed to
want?
be. I'm not supposed to be on here today, and I came on because my name was called, and I'm like,
okay.
Candyman, you gotta say my name. Look, you said
No,
my name one time and I appear. You know that, so I'm like the Candyman 3.0. You feel? You ain't gotta say my name
Okay,
three,
but
four, five times.
you can't
no,
say much, but you can say you
no. Hold
feeling
on, Ness.
good. You
Hold
can
on,
say
Ness.
you feeling
Hold
good
on,
about the
Ness.
situation, right?
I feel wonderful
Hey,
about
Ness.
the
I don't
situation.
know.
All
I don't
right.
know.
He
I
feel
don't know what
wonderful.
movie. I don't know what Candyman movie he been watching, but the Candyman don't care nothing about the candy. He don't care nothing about the people. He don't care nothing about none of that shit. This nigga is the Candyman with a muzzle on his mouth. Have a nigga ever
Hey,
seen
Bill, he
Candyman with
not
a
trying to
muzzle?
mess up the
Hey,
fight. He
yeah,
not
he
trying to
not
mess
trying to
up the
mess it
fight. Let
up.
that man do what he got to do so we don't mess up the fight. I get it. He
I'm
can't,
just,
Yes,
you know.
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
just parlaying, man. I'm just parlaying. Just know that if you
Yes.
call for
You
the
just don't
smoke,
let the
listen. Just know if the smoke is called for this way, the smoke is on the way.
Well,
Simple as that.
Brian, I
Hold
actually
on,
got a question.
hold on. Ness, this ain't no, Ness. Wait a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Because he
My
was
bad,
kind of
Bill.
confused a little bit. He wanted to say you called for the smoke. He said, just remember, you called for the
Now,
smoke
I changed that. I
and
said if the
change.
smoke is called on from this way, you heard what I changed because you didn't call for the smoke.
No,
But I did see your list. And, hey, it's cool being on your list. But what you about to say now?
uh, no, wait a minute.
So we'll skip ahead. We'll get to the next part in the clip that I want to get to. But just to recap everything that's going on, uh you got Bill trying to position, he's talking his talk, he's doing what he do, and he capping a little bit, but for the most part he keeping it funky. He capping a little bit, just a little bit of cap. But for the most part, he's keeping it funky. And that's what we can depend on Bill to do. He's gonna position and try to get, the public opinion swayed in his favor for the narrative that that Haney's want to present, and we can't be mad at that. Not at all mad at that, but there is a level of cap that is going on. So let's get to this next part real quick. Ness brings Brian Norman Sr. back on to the live a little bit later. So here we go.
It's going down. Listen, we happy, Coach. Appreciate you. Let me get to these streets so they can talk about it. No, go ahead. You guys on?
Okay.
No, you guys.
All right. Oh no. I was gonna say you said about the offers and but the streets need. God, damn,
Hey, go Bill. Bill.
Ness,
Yo.
breaking news on the Boxing Voice right now.
What's
the
up?
Boxing Voice. Bill Haney with breaking news. Devin Haney has signed the agreement to fight Brian Norman not once, but twice.
Okay, but where is it
he
then?
just signed it.
Where is it then? Because it'll tell you where it's at.
We signed it. No. the place to be determined.
So we talking about signing, right? And you would assume that we talking about signing a contract. That contract has been signed. We just signed to fight him twice. And Ness tries to dive in and he wants the particulars of what's going on. You signed to fight somebody twice. We are assuming, as the boxing public, that we are talking contracts. But we'll find out a little bit later that we're not talking about contracts.
I think it says Riyadh.
Okay.
It says Riyadh on there. I think it might say yes. I think it's Riyadh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we cooking with grease. Now we cooking with grease.
Wait. Devin, should we sign it 3 times? We signed it twice.
He just signed it. He just signed it.
He just motherfucking signed it, Lob. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
he just signed it.
Ness too geeked for the clout. He too geeked for the clout. Like, damn, Ninja. You too geeked for the clout. All right, let's get back to it.
He just signed it.
So that
with the air horn. The air horn, though.
That's nasty.
Come on, bruh. Act like you've been here before. That's what my coaches used to tell me.
mean you can talk now. That mean you can talk now.
Yeah.
I ain't saying shit till I'm told I can say shit, so I ain't saying nothing.
And remember, I told you, Brian Norman Sr.'s reactions are the only thing that really had me sold that all of this wasn't just a movie being played out in front of us. His hesitations to talk, and I don't really want to say too much, and I don't really want to, because, like I said, they're in 2 different positions. Bill Haney is, trainer, manager, dad. Brian Norman Sr. is just a trainer. So he's not a part of the background business that's going on. Adrian is Brian Norman Jr.'s agent. Top Rank is Brian Norman Jr.'s promotion company that he's being promoted by. So, Brian Norman Sr. is in a position where he don't want to say too much or say anything that ruins the fight, or he does, because he's not in those rooms signing those NDAs and being told. He's basically being told third party what to say, what not to say, what's going on, what's not going. He's getting all the information related to him. Where Bill Haney's a little bit closer to the business side of the situation, so he's getting the information first. And this is how Bill is creating and playing these chess moves of him having the upper hand in the situation and trying to play this A-side role.
I told y'all.
Wait. No, Ness. Get back on the treadmill if you want to get off some energy in the building. If you want to.
Yo, listen, I love when a big fight come together.
Wait, you have to act.
Even Bill telling Ness, chill, man.
So serious.
He going crazy. Chill, bruh.
Ask them, have they signed yet?
Have you signed? Where B Norman at?
Action mans, man. Action mans.
Yet again, creating a narrative. Have you signed? Because like these are contracts that we're signing. We're not signing contracts. This is an offer sheet to say, you know what, we're gonna come to the table and we're gonna talk about this. This is something that we're gonna both agree to actually come together and negotiate an actual contract. And we're gonna find all this out later. We're gonna all of what I'm saying is gonna be confirmed later. But you know what I'm saying? Bill keep firing these shots. Because basically, if the fight does not materialize, Bill wants to be able to say, we signed, we were ready to go, and here we go. We got another guy ducking Devin, Debo. And that's just crazy. I'm with you, Bill. But it's like, bro, you could be a little bit more subtle, I guess, in my opinion. Like, you just driving a narrative too hard. Too hard, man. Too hard. We could be simply talking about and speculating about, if we get this fight together, if this happens, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to go. Driving a narrative too hard, Bill. All right, let's get back to it.
Where B Norman?
Action man, you texting this.
I ain't texting nobody. I ain't
Hey,
texting
asking you,
nobody.
have you guys, wait a minute, have you guys signed?
I'm not saying nothing about nothing. Just know, hey, just know that you ain't finna give us. Hey, look, just know that a contract is not finna come to us for a situation of this magnitude, and we know the numbers are where they need to be at and everything else, and it won't get signed. You read between that, however you want to read between that, but that's what it is.
Man, you know your side is good. If you don't knock it off,
brother. Yeah, if you don't for real, knock it off.
Hey yo, B. Hey Norman, stop. You know your side is good. Let's go. We gotta fucking
Man, but you gotta respect it. Let this man go through the proper channels of business and let business be done the proper way that it's supposed to be done. Because at any point, ain't no contract signed. This shit can fall apart at any point. Ain't no contract signed, man. Stop playing.
Hey yo, shout out Bill. Shout out to you. No, shout out to you. Nah, for real, bro. Like motherfuckers think y'all afraid of power. You run into the power. Shout out to you, Mr. Senior and Brian Norman.
The narratives. Yet again, the narrative.
That's nasty.
It's just nasty work, the narratives, man. Like that's the only thing that's turning me off about this whole situation is just like the blatant narratives that's being run. Like, bruh, Haney daring to be great. For sure. If this fight actually materializes, because honestly on paper, it's not a fight that's really in Haney's favor to me. Does Haney possibly have an experience, advantage in that he's been in big fights and he's been undisputed and he's been here before and he's been a champion for sure. And is Brian Norman Jr. as far as, the championship pedigree, is he making his way? For sure, he's making his way. But my thing is this, like, bro, you ain't got it right now, Haney. The ball, like Norman Jr. and them got the ball in that yo-yo with it, and they just came from the last possession scoring a slam dunk windmill like they did what they supposed to do. Like, they got the upper hand for real. They something to be sought after. They wasn't looking to fight a Devin Haney. Will a Devin Haney help what they trying to do? For sure. Will a Devin Haney get them paid more than they've ever been paid and get them that turkey bag? For sure. But everybody lining up to fight, Norman Jr. right now. Norman Jr.'s name is hot, man. It's hot, and it's hot off the press. We got to stop playing like that.
Senior,
thank you guys.
Because at the end of the day, look, Crawford was just talking about
this.
Thank you,
Senior. Thank you, Senior. Wait, thank you, Senior, for making it happen. You did a great
job. Yeah, thank you. Hey, I got a question, Bill. I got a question. Do you remember somebody asking you about us?
No.
Yeah, it was years ago.
But I remember the time that you guys were in Top Rank and y'all was.
Yeah, I met you. Yeah, it was before that. It was before that.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying this. But the time, remember, I met you, that Dev was sparring. Like all the times that we were sparring and stuff, I know that your guy is younger, but I never seen him spar, or I never seen, you know what I mean? Because I knew that you guys was working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck all that. Nigga, you just put a nigga in an ambulance, the hospital. Nigga, all that other shit don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Look, but.
Can you please just...
Man, these ads is killing me. I usually don't run. Like, it's just so much to break down and digest. Like, it usually don't go like this. But, yeah, man. It's just the narrative. It's just the narratives for me that's just like, that got me being like, okay, either way it goes, if the fight materializes, if the fight don't materialize, you know what I'm saying? Bill Haney has made sure that he put himself in a position that Devin can benefit from the fight just being talked about. And that's what makes me feel like, okay, if we get through all of this and it ends up being capped, all of this was staged, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could be in the background knowing the whole time that they really don't want to fight Brian Norman Jr. But we build it up, and then we make it like, we signed, and then but we couldn't come to an agreement, and that was all on Brian Norman Jr. That was all on the Norman Jr. Norman camp, and it's their fault. Devin was ready to go. Devin's Debo. They running from us. They scared. They this. They that. And then the narrative just continues, and then you go fight somebody else in the welterweight division. Oh, well, this is just a stay busy fight. And like, I can see it going that way. Like, I could definitely see it going that way. And it's like, I'm prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fully prepared for that because I know how the politics of boxing truly work.
Did y'all sign that motherfucker? When did y'all sign?
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question. On the contract you seen, hey, look, Bill, if a contract is on our desk for this fight, we say it's signed, okay?
No, I'm saying this, but when you gonna sign it? Did you sign it yet or not?
Did you hear what I just said? Listen, I asked you a question. Listen, I just asked you a question.
No, you got to talk.
I need to know, if you don't mind. Do you know this? Do you know what size the ring is? I'm just curious to know for the game plan.
It's the size.
You ain't gonna tell me that?
No, it's the size that we're gonna run circles around you in. Now, listen,
okay.
Let me ask you this though.
So that, just to give y'all some context, Turkey has basically came out and said, I'm tired of the running. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for the sport. It's not what I like. It's not what I want to see. So all of my fights will take place in an 18-by-18 ring. So Brian Norman Sr. is sending a couple shots back Bill Haney's way. Like, you talking all this talk, you talking like the contract, because all of that's in the contract. All of that's in the contract. So that was a little shot sent back, like, bruh, we ain't signing no contracts right now. That we signed an offer sheet that we have to go through negotiations. That there's a longer process, and it's gonna take a couple days to really get this fight done. But because we out here doing it in the public, you able to come and say, we signed, we ready to go. So he sent a couple of shots. It's shots fire. It's shots fire. I like that. That was a good strategic move from Brian Norman Sr.
Let me ask you this though. Just wait for a second while me and Ness talk. Can you text your people and ask them what's taking so long, or if they're gonna sign, if they plan on signing it?
No, we good. I mean? We good on our end.
What you mean?
We good on our end.
They're gonna get together. They're gonna have a meeting. They're gonna get together as a team. That's why.
So
we good on our end. We good. We're good. We're good on our end. We good.
So you agree to
okay,
so
wait, you signed. That does mean you signed.
Wait. It doesn't mean you signed. It doesn't have to mean you didn't say that. But you agreed to everything, and you're cool with everything that was sent over.
That means he done put some bullshit in that. That's why he's saying that. He done put some bullshit in that.
I'm asking you.
Come on,
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at the contract. I don't know. That means I tell you what.
Get off. Y'all get off and go sign them contracts, man.
I'm gonna hit you back. Let me see what's going on. I'm gonna call you back.
Wait.
So it's much to do about nothing for me, because it's just like we not there yet. We're so far from being there yet, and that's what makes me feel like, why are we doing all of this now? Why are we doing all of this now?
Or things you didn't know about.
So far from being where we need to be, and so why make all of it public now? And just to run these narratives, and it's the narratives that got me scared, because the narratives don't got nothing to do with the fight at all. I'll just run this real quick.
Everything Bill Haney trying to run it.
Did that echo for you?
Yeah.
Damn, it did.
You gotta mute some shit.
Let me see here.
Yeah, goddamn, man.
I just want you guys to see this look exactly what from the horses mouth, what Brian Norman Jr.
Brian
Norman on a subject.
He did with everybody.
Did it.
Brian Norman at the left
like he did with everybody else.
Echo?
That boy's a Twitter freak. That boy's social media. I ain't gonna finish that phrase.
Okay.
He loves the social media.
No echo?
No echo.
They ain't called Devin a Twitter freak.
How old is this?
Yesterday, man. He went on Earl 1.
Well, Devin not really a Twitter freak though.
Shots fired.
And he like to play it with social media. Me, I'm just straight up about mine. He made plenty of tweets even after that. I made my one little statement. Hey, if you trying to get down with it, but what's up with it? I'm right here for it. And that's it. That's that right there and there. So if they trying to make something happen, I'm here for it. He like calling his son Debo Haney, but don't forget what Debo got hit with. That boy got hit with a brick. And we see what happened when I hit these folks. I got something special in these gloves. And I see Bill Haney.
So, you know what I mean? He just calling a spade. And that's I ain't gonna lie. I like how Brian Norman Jr. handled business. He don't come out, he don't talk too much, but he say enough and he say what he need to say. He say enough and he say what he need to say. And that's the last clip we're gonna get to. Real quick. We're gonna get to this last clip, and then we're about to wrap this up. I'm gonna give y'all my take, my complete take, how I really feel about this whole entire situation. And if I feel
I remember
it's cat
days of ticket overload.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all everything that I got going on. So real quick, let me get my timestamp. Let's see here. And remember, I support these communities. The hangout spot, we family over there. Come check us out at the hangout spot. The Boxing Voice, which will be coming on here in about 30 minutes, man. Go check out the Boxing Voice. Because, if you really love this game, if you really love boxing, these guys that keep you up on game and keep you educated on what's really going on. And they got the latest and the greatest news. And they got the hottest stars coming through. And, and they're great communities to be a part of. Just want to throw that out there again. They're great communities to be a part of. All right, here we go.
You're making some really, really big news today, man.
All right, here we go.
Supposedly, obviously, there's an agreement in place for you to fight Devin Haney this year in November. Talk to me about that, because that was huge news on the Boxing Voice. Both Bill and Pop were on there multiple times this week. I wanted that fight.
Straight from the horse's mouth, though. You know what I'm saying? We've heard Senior. We've heard Bill. Let's hear straight from the horse's mouth.
Happen. A lot of people wanted that fight to happen, and it looks like it's pretty much a done deal. Talk to me about that.
I mean, we both agreed to it on my end, and we believe David them also said they'll fight. So now it's time to get contracts made, get a date down, venue, everything.
So this was the part that Bill wasn't explaining. Brian Norman Jr. just said it. What I've been screaming the whole time. They haven't signed contracts. They've signed an offer sheet that, hey, we like the offer and we would like to go into negotiations and figure out and get this fight done. It's a big step because it's much bigger than just, yeah, I'll fight you, rah, and going back and forth online and nothing being really done in the background. But a fight is nowhere near close to being done. Just because the offer sheet is signed, this happens all the time. It's a step, but we're a couple steps away from this fight truly materializing. Come on, man.
Set up and we can get this thing started. So right now there's no contracts or anything. So that's all we're waiting on. Get stuff started.
And let's be clear, I'm not no hater. I want to see this fight now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't did y'all job. Y'all didn't came out here. Y'all definitely didn't pique my interest. I want to see this fight now. But it's like the positioning, the chess games, the you know what I'm saying? Because you fueling these fan bases, man, and playing these narratives. And I just don't like the preparing the narrative for if the fight doesn't happen. That's what has me mostly worried. Is why are we preparing all these narratives for if the fight don't happen, it's Brian Norman Jr.'s fault. You know what I'm saying? He don't want the smoke. He running from it. We signed. He signed too. He signed the same offer sheet you signed. And also let me give my credit and my praise, you know what I'm saying? Because it would appear both sides are trying to get to the fight, and they're doing a lot more than we see other fighters do and other camps do in this situation. We see fights entertained in the public eye, but in the background, they not even trying to get the fight done for real. They both, you know what I'm saying? They both know that or one party knows that they really don't want the fight to go on, and they're doing business elsewhere and trying to figure out stuff elsewhere for real, but they just entertaining this, you know what I'm saying? So they're giving the people something to talk about, and they're really about to divert and go elsewhere. But there's still that possibility here.
So is it more of a verbal thing, or handshake agreement? Is this something obviously you guys sign and it's just now the working out part? How does that whole thing work?
No, so far we just both agreed to fight each other. So, like I said, now it's just time for the contracts. It's just at first, we got to say, do we want to fight each other? Well, of course, we said yes. They hit us up. We said yes. Then they hit Devin Haney up second, and then asked them, did they want to do it? Then they said yes. So now it's time for contract time.
Now, run that back real quick. If y'all hear what he just said, is a key word. Let's run that back.
And then asked them, did they want to do it? Then they said yes.
Then asked them if they wanted to do it. So they came to us asking if we wanted to do it. Then came to them and asked them if they wanted to do it. Because you have to remember this. It's not like Top Rank don't deal with Turkey Al-Sheikh. It's not like Bill is asking them to cross the street. Like, Top Rank has been dealing with Turkey. They've been dealing with Turkey. So it's nothing for Turkey to pick up the phone and say, hey, Brian Norman Jr. hot. I want Brian Norman Jr. on a Riyadh season event. I want Brian Norman Jr. in Saudi. It's nothing for them to pick up the phone and say that. And that's the part that, you know what I'm saying, Bill not showing y'all, man. Like, he playing chess, man.
So now it's time for contract time.
That's what's up, man. So I guess the news that was put out on the Boxing Voice earlier was premature, because supposedly what we were hearing is that both of you guys signed your portion of a contract, supposedly, and it was just a bunch of little things that needed to be worked out.
That's because Bill over here trying to act like he made all of this happen, like he is the dictator in all of this, when he ain't starting none of this. So now he trying to push a whole narrative that, once again, that he the big dog, the boss, Haney, and stuff like that. Well, y'all ain't throwing this fight. This ain't on y'all. So we're gonna sit back and wait and get these contracts made.
He keeping it funky, man. Keeping it a bean. And this wouldn't be a discussion point. This is not something that the Normans would bring out. This wouldn't be a discussion point if Bill wasn't playing the hand that he was playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing is, Bill, you could have slid in a couple jabs, but you don't have to throw them combinations. You going too hard. And that's the only part that scares me, is, Bill, you going too hard for the narratives to be driven in your favor if the fight doesn't materialize. That's the only thing that makes me question. Like, besides the point of, you want to go face a puncher as your first true test at welterweight. You don't want to adjust to the weight class. You want, like, what do you feel like that you see in Brian Norman's game that makes you feel that Devin Haney has such an advantage that he's never even really faced a puncher at the lower weight classes for real like that? He was bigger than most of the guys that he had the most success from. And we'll get into that another day.
Because ain't no contracts been made, ain't no contracts been signed, because ain't no contract to sign. So now we both agreed to fight each other. Let's get some contracts in.
Right, but when you say that, champ, contracts, I get it, but there had to have been some dialogue about at least financial compensation that interests both of you guys. Was that at least put out on the table? Potential pay?
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room.
They're killing me with the ad. Oh, we back. Here we go. My fault, y'all. There's nothing set in stone. There's no contract. There's no promotion yet. There's no. Only thing that they know is, hey, I'm interested in fighting. The money right. I'm willing to fight him. Let's start the negotiation process, and the business go from there, man. We gotta educate ourselves. If we're gonna be all up in the business of boxing, and we're gonna be all up in the background of these fights being made, and this is entertaining, and it's very engaging, and I like this now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that the boxing fan was not privy to prior to, you know, the YouTube, the podcast being a huge part of the boxing world. And now that it is, and these guys have platforms to come and speak, and platforms that, you know what I'm saying, and we have these boxing communities. I like it, but it also puts salt in the game because there's so many narratives being pushed right now. It's just crazy.
Involved in this whole negotiation thing?
I'm sorry.
He is definitely involved, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, I had it muted. Let's run that back again.
It's pretty much a done deal. Talk to me about that.
I mean, we both agreed to it on my end, and we believe David them also said they'll fight. So now it's time to get contracts made, get a date down, venue, everything set up, and we can get this thing started. So right now there's no contracts or anything. So that's all we're waiting on, get stuff started.
So is it more of a verbal thing, or handshake agreement? Is this something obviously you guys sign and it's just now the working out part? How does that whole thing work?
No, so far we just both agreed to fight each other. So like I said, now it's just time for the contracts. It's just at first, we got to say, do we?
We pretty much got it figured out, and we've heard it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. You know what I mean? Like we figured it out. We know what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I just wanted to prove that Bill is pushing the narrative, and he's pushing this narrative hard, and that is the reason why I have reserves on getting excited about this fight right now. Let the contracts be signed. Let the contracts be signed. Let's have an initial press conference. You know what I'm saying? Let's have an actual press tour about a fight which is signed, and let's have something binding. Let's have something binding on the table before, we can call cap, or we can give credit to the Haneys and the Norman Juniors for being great and coming and giving the fans what they need, which is big fights. No BS, no built up, mess. You know what I'm saying? Just giving us a straight up big fight that we need in the boxing world right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great storyline. You know what I mean? Like, so, but other than that, the narratives.
Who sent you, nigga?
The narratives is crazy work. You know what I mean? And it's just like, just pushing the narratives too hard for me. But let me get into this final take, man. Let me get into this final take. And remember, if you're watching this on the replay, you know what I'm saying, there will be the replay dropping on YouTube. We're live on Facebook right now. And basically, I'm going to explain that to you guys and how I'm going to be doing this. So, you want to watch it live and drop in on us for the moment right now. We're not going to be going live on YouTube quite just yet. I'm going to be going live on Facebook first, and then I will drop the live reaction video, and then we'll also drop just a pure reaction video and plenty of content from these reaction lives. And that's just how I'm going to do it for right now, to build it up until we get to a point where, obviously, we want to get to a point where we're just going straight to YouTube and we're doing it, and we're doing the thing. But right now, for right now, this is going to be the format. Excuse me, that we're going to keep. So it's time for the main event take, man. It's time for the main event take. And you know, I ain't gonna never hold back. I'm gonna give it to you straight up raw, real slimy. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody getting slimed in, somebody getting slimed out. That's how we do it around here. So Haney versus Norman Jr. is the fight real, cap or dap? So now that we've been able to review the footage and listen to all the angles, what conclusion can we really come to? Well, for starters, Bill Haney is a master chess player, and the Normans are simply another piece on the board, albeit a very important piece at the moment. The Normans are not the target of Bill's master plan. The target is the court of public opinion. And in that battle, I would say Bill has tilted the scales, in his favor. He has made Devin out to be the A side in the situation and, pushed the narrative that Devin is daring to do the impossible. Though taking on Norman Jr. without any true welterweight experience is a huge undertaking, the reality of the situation is Norman Jr. is the hottest thing in the welterweight division. He is the man in the possession of the prize, the WBO welterweight strap, and the one coming off of a possible knockout of the year performance. Devin's last performance has him labeled a runner and scarred from the Ostarine performance he suffered at the hands of Ryan Garcia. Devin needs this fight more than Brian Norman Jr., in my opinion, though both parties stand to gain monetarily and in popularity. It would seem the fight is close to being done, and since I'm not a hater, I will give dap to both the Haneys and the Normans when the fight is actually official. Until then, this is complete cap. And the fact that Bill Haney keeps saying we signed it is total BS. Sign what? An agreement to enter negotiations? You signed an offer sheet? An agreement for contracts to be drawn up? My encouragement to my slimes and my fellow pugilists out there, don't believe the hype. But let's settle this the only matter. Let's settle this the only way that matters. Cap or dap? You know how we do it around here, man. Cap or dap. That's right. Throw a cap emoji in the chat if it's nonsense, or hit us with that handshake emoji if you're vibing with the take, man. You know how we do around here. You know how we do around here, man. And that just shows you how it goes, man. Just the politics of this boxing. Boxing is a crazy game, man. Replay squad, we ain't forget about y'all. If you're watching this later on YouTube, drop your cap or dap in the comments below. We're still picking contenders after the show, so drop your comments, man. Drop your take in the comments as well. And remember that the hottest comment will be selected as the punchline contender, and you'll be on your way to getting that punchline strap, man. You will be on your way, man. So just to wrap it up, man. Just to wrap it up, man. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Do not believe the hype, man. Like, we're gonna let this play out, but as of right now, it's cap. There is no fight. There is no contract. There is no fight. They in negotiations. They working it out. They figuring it out. This happens behind the scenes all of the time, and then fights are announced. So we're seeing it in real time, seeing it on the front end. But right now, we're getting excited about a fight that may not even materialize. Like, until them names are signed on that dotted line, we ain't really got nothing to talk about. Till we got something to talk about. And that's a wrap on the Ring Rant. Make sure you like, comment, follow, and most importantly, hit that link and punch in on the punchline, man. Cap or dap, you decide. Until next time, wipe your nose or I'll wipe it for you.